I apologize in advance if you hear fourth graders yelling. I am in a school. What's up, beautiful people? Welcome back to my channel. If you don't know me, around here they call me Miss Wallace. The internet knows me as D. Lanice, but you can call me Danny. So today we are doing not a deep dive, but kind of just the basics of phonological awareness versus phonemic awareness. What are they? Are they the same? Are they different? Why are they important? Why do we need to know them? What do we look for? How do we know if a student is struggling in this area? All the questions will be answered. And you know what? If there's something I forget, leave a comment. Ask me. I'll do my best to help you. But let's get into it. Let's start with phonological awareness. Successful readers must master a series of critical phonological awareness skills. What does that mean? In order to be a successful reader, we gotta have some phonological awareness. Phonological awareness is a purely auditory skill. That means a student is more likely to struggle with phonics if something is impairing their hearing. This skill is typically developed in pre-K, kindergarten, those early years of schooling. And because it's a purely auditory skill, normally it's developed along with speech. So let's break it down a little bit further into what phonological awareness is. Phonological awareness is the ability of an individual to understand language components individual of the meaning. So that just means they're able to hear the sounds that make up a word, regardless of what that word means. They're also able to attend to the sounds in the context of a word. That just means they understand the relationship between sounds. They're also able to manipulate the components of sounds, which means they can alter or rearrange sounds and words to create new words. The development of phonological awareness is a sequential process. It starts with awareness of spoken language as a whole, then it goes to the awareness of just words, then rhymes, then syllables, and finally, individual phonemes. What's a phoneme? A phoneme is just a sound. The phoneme of B would be B. The phoneme of C would be K, so on and so forth. So what does all of this mean? Individuals need to be able to hear and discriminate sounds. They need to know their position in words. Is it the initial, the middle, or the final? And they should understand the function they have in a word. These abilities, when mastered in an auditory context, translate to more rapid success in reading and writing. So in essence, to be phonologically aware means that an individual just has an understanding of the sounds in a word. A student who has very strong phonological awareness skills is on the right path to being a very strong and successful reader. Students with poor phonological awareness tend to be struggling readers, and those are the readers that we want to target using OG. According to the National Institute of Child Health and Development, phonological awareness is crucial for the following. Oral language and print connections must be thoroughly developed to achieve reading success. Hearing sounds and patterns before the symbols are introduced is just essential. So what are some signs that a reader is weak in their phonological awareness skills? Students who are not phonologically aware usually exhibit the following. They're poor spellers, they inaccurately decode new words, they often mispronounce words, and they have difficulty remembering or recalling words. So what age or grade should we teach phonological awareness? In preschool, we often introduce the most basic phonological awareness skills. In kindergarten, students are formally taught phonological awareness skills. First and second grade, those skills continue to develop. And if students are weak beyond second grade, then we definitely recommend OG so that those students and those readers can go back and catch up on those foundational phonological awareness skills and hopefully build on those skills to become strong and successful readers. So why is this important in OG? The first step in any OG lesson is to complete a phonological awareness activity. That way we can catch students who may need to develop their phonological awareness skills even further. So now that we've kind of covered the basics of phonological awareness, let's talk about phonemic awareness. Phonemic awareness is considered an umbrella term. If you're working with a broad focus on sentences, words, or syllables, that goes under the umbrella of phonological awareness. Phonemic awareness, on the other hand, consists of the ability to hear, identify, blend, segment, and manipulate individual sounds in a word or in spoken words. If you are working with a narrow focus on individual sounds, that is when we're focusing on phonemic awareness. So again, phonological awareness consists of whole sentences, words, syllables, larger parts. Phonemic awareness only focuses on individual sounds. The phoneme, phonemic, phoneme, the sounds. At the beginning of any OG lesson, we always start with a phonological awareness activity. Now that phonological awareness activity can be substituted for a phonemic awareness activity if that group of students or individual student or whoever you're working with needs to focus on individual sounds. The best way to develop these skills is through 1-minute drills, and I have a whole bunch of them that you can try. Phoneme manipulation is the most advanced level of phonological awareness. It ties together all the phonological awareness skills. Practicing phoneme manipulation is an effective and efficient way to develop mastery of phonological awareness. How do we practice and develop phoneme manipulation? With 1-minute drills, of course. There are so many ways to manipulate phonemes to help students start to play with sounds and rearrange words. We got options. Okay, so we can do phoneme deletion. That just means deleting either the initial, middle, or final sound in a word and having students identify what sounds are left. So for example, if we tell a student, say the word lock without the L, their response should be ock. That lets us know they're able to isolate that initial sound and keep the middle and final sounds. We can do the same thing with the final phoneme. So we can say the word bats without the S, and the student should respond bat. We can also do it with any middle phoneme. We can say the word slope without the L, and the student should respond soap. Now, students may have to write it down or have a visual to help them see what those letters and sounds are. But sometimes, if we're working with the student enough and consistently, they may be able to recall the words, the sounds, the phonemes right from the top of their head. And that's exactly what we want. That'll let us know if the student is developing in the ways that we want to see them develop. If not, we can keep working with them. And that's okay. In the same way we can do phoneme deletion, we can also do phoneme addition. For example, if we say the word at, but add k at the beginning, the student should respond cat. If we say the word bend, but add d at the end, the student should say bend. We can also use phoneme substitution. If we say the word fry, but change the f to a t sound, the student should say try. If we say the word cub, but instead of b, add the p sound at the end, the student should say cup. One of my favorite things to do that drives my students a little bit crazy is phoneme switch or reversal. If we have the word cheap and I ask my students to rearrange those phonemes to give me a new word, they might give me the word peach. If we have the word tea and I ask the students to rearrange those phonemes and give me a new word, they might tell me the word is tea. The point is, we want students to be able to play with sounds, move sounds, manipulate sounds, have such a great relationship with phonemes that it does not matter where they are in a word, where they're taken, where they're replaced, where they're substituted. No matter how they're manipulated, the students should be able to say the sounds, to read the words, to add those words to the sentences that they can read and write and experience text in a way that is not intimidating. I want to stress how important it is to understand that phonological awareness is purely auditory. So if a student is mishearing you, they're not going to be able to write down what you're saying or repeat to you what you're saying because they just don't hear it. And sometimes that does happen. So we have to do different tips, different tricks, different tools in order to get the students on the right path so that they can be strong and successful readers and writers. So I have so many other activities, tips, tricks, and all that stuff to help you with students who may be struggling with their phonological awareness or their phonemic awareness and or phonemic awareness. If you want more tips, tricks, and tools, if you need more example activities, if you want to see me do some example activities with some of my students, please drop a comment, subscribe, hit those notifications. Let me know what you want. I am truly here to help. Let's get these babies reading. See ya.